Ladies and gentlemen, Lakers Nation, get ready. Because what I'm about to tell you will shock every single fan who bleeds purple and gold. The entire basketball world stopped for a moment during Eurobasket when Luka Doncic, the face of the Lakers' future, hit the floor after a scary collision. For a split second, hearts sank. Social media exploded with questions. Was it serious? Would Luka be ready for the season? Did the Lakers just see their championship hopes slip away before opening night? Now, let's rewind that moment. Luka goes down. He's holding himself. The arena goes silent. Fans in Los Angeles, thousands of miles away, were already picturing the worst. Because when you have a player like Luka Doncic, a generational superstar, your entire franchise depends on him staying healthy. But here's the twist. Minutes later, Luka walked back onto the court. Not only that, but he was playing again as if nothing had happened. The so-called injury that had the entire NBA world holding its breath turned out to be nothing more than a minor scare. And yet, behind the scenes, inside the Lakers front office, there was a storm of emotions. Rob Pelinka, the man who carries the responsibility of shaping this roster, the man who knows the weight of every single decision, admitted he felt that same anxiety when Doncic went down. But now, Pelinka has spoken out. And what he revealed will define not only Luka's relationship with Slovenia, but also his future with the Lakers. Pelinka said it himself, and I quote, "Zero concerns. Zero problems. This is something we, as an organization, believe in. Slovenia's leadership has been incredible, and it's been a true collaboration. We even placed one of our own coaches, Greg St. Jean, with their staff to support Luka. And we will continue to stand by him, because we want him to do great things, both for the Lakers and for his national team." Let that sink in. The Lakers are not just tolerating Luka Doncic playing for Slovenia. They are embracing it. They're putting their own staff members into the system to make sure Luka is taken care of, to make sure he feels supported, to make sure he knows that Los Angeles is with him every step of the way. Now, think about what this means. Most teams panic when their star player risks injury playing overseas. Many organizations try to hold their players back, limit their minutes, or even discourage them from joining national teams. But not the Lakers. Not with Luka. Instead, they are betting on him. They're putting faith in his passion, his commitment, and his desire to represent Slovenia on the world stage. And here's the truth. For Luka Doncic, playing for his country isn't optional. It's personal. It's about pride. It's about legacy. And Pelinka knows that. Which is why he's willing to take that risk, because a happy Luka Doncic is a dominant Luka Doncic. Of course, every fan knows there's danger. Injuries happen. But let's be honest, injuries can strike anywhere. They can happen in practice. They can happen at the gym. They can happen walking down the street. So why not let him do what fuels him, what keeps him motivated, what keeps him in shape and locked in? And speaking of shape, this is another piece of the puzzle. Luka Doncic has faced criticism in the past for his conditioning. There have been seasons where people whispered about his fitness, where analysts said he wasn't quite at peak form. But Eurobasket, playing for Slovenia, that's keeping him sharp. That's pushing him. And for the Lakers, that's a blessing in disguise. Because make no mistake about it, the Lakers are expecting Luka to carry them. They believe he will not only be their best player next season, but that he could even surpass LeBron James, now 40 years old, as the true leader of this team. That's right. In Los Angeles, the torch is passing. Luka is the future. Remember, this is the same Luka Doncic who dragged the Dallas Mavericks all the way to the NBA Finals in 2024. The same Luka who has shattered records, defied expectations, and proven that he can be the engine of a franchise. Now, with a full offseason in Los Angeles under his belt, with the support of the Lakers organization, and with the confidence of being embraced both as a Slovenian hero and as a Lakers superstar, he is set up for the best season of his career. And the numbers don't lie. Since arriving in Los Angeles, Doncic has averaged 28 points, 8 rebounds, and nearly 8 assists per game. Those are MVP-level stats. But the Lakers believe the best is yet to come. With a fully integrated system, with chemistry building around him, and with his own fire to prove he belongs among the all-time greats, Luka Doncic could be about to redefine what's possible for this franchise. So, Lakers Nation, take a deep breath. The injury scare is behind us. Luka is healthy. Rob Pelinka is calm. And the message from the top is crystal clear. Luka Doncic has the full support of the Los Angeles Lakers. And here's the question I'll leave you with. If Luka Doncic already put the Mavericks on his back and carried them to the finals, what do you think he can do with the full power of the Lakers behind him? Because if you thought LeBron James made history in Los Angeles, just wait until Luka Doncic writes his own chapter. The Los Angeles Lakers, one of the most iconic franchises in the history of sports. And right now, they're living through one of the most dramatic off-seasons we've seen in years. Rumors, speculation, and shocking headlines, all pointing to one name. LeBron James. For months, insiders across the league have been whispering the same thing, that it may just be a matter of time before LeBron himself asks for a trade. Think about that. The king, the face of the NBA for over 2 decades, possibly walking away from Los Angeles. According to league reports, the only players seen as more likely to demand a move this year are Zion Williamson and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let that sink in. Out of hundreds of stars, LeBron is at the very top of the list of names expected to shake the league with a possible trade request. But the Lakers' drama doesn't stop there. Behind the scenes, the front office has been moving quietly, evaluating 2 key trade pieces that could completely reshape this roster. These updates aren't just routine news, they might be the first step toward a massive move. An NBA insider even went on record, giving his prediction about whether or not Los Angeles will strike before the offseason officially comes to a close. Imagine the ripple effect of a deal like that. The future of the Lakers could hang in the balance of these decisions. And then, in the middle of all this chaos, Charles Barkley entered the conversation. The Hall of Famer, never shy about speaking his mind, delivered a harsh, unfiltered message straight to LeBron James. Barkley pointed directly at the Lakers' recent playoff history, questioning whether this team has what it takes to succeed moving forward. But he didn't stop there. In his eyes, the Lakers are beginning to look less like LeBron's team, and more like a franchise preparing to build around Luka Doncic. That's right, Barkley flat out suggested that the torch might be passing from King James to Luka Doncic. And speaking of Luka Doncic, things got even more interesting overseas. Out of nowhere, Doncic was spotted in Poland, holding a Górnik Zabrze jersey, and who was right there with him? Members of the Los Angeles Lakers organization. The timing couldn't be more curious. Was this just a casual meeting before Eurobasket? Or could it be a sign that the Lakers are planting the seeds for something far bigger? For fans, this only added more fuel to the fire. But let's not forget the roster that's already in place. Reports say the Lakers are determined to give Gabe Vincent and Maxi Kleber a real shot to prove their value. The plan? To roll into training camp with this exact group, to see if they can rise to the challenge before the front office makes any drastic decisions. It's a gamble, because if things don't click, changes are coming. Big changes. So here's the bigger picture. On one side, you have LeBron James, 40 years old, still performing at a level most players could only dream of, but now surrounded by whispers that his time in Los Angeles might be coming to an end. On the other side, you have the future, trade pieces being evaluated, Luka Doncic potentially stepping into the spotlight, and a front office that knows it's under pressure to deliver results. Charles Barkley's words hit hard for a reason. The Lakers are standing at a crossroads. Will they stay loyal to LeBron, giving him the tools to chase one more championship in purple and gold? Or will they pivot toward a new era, building a foundation around Luka Doncic, a superstar still in his prime and ready to carry the franchise for years to come? Fans are left asking the same question, what's next? Because the truth is, nobody knows for sure. The Lakers have always been a team of headlines, of drama, of big moves that shake the league to its core. And right now, the stage is set for exactly that. So keep watching. Because this season, the Los Angeles Lakers aren't just fighting for wins on the court. They're fighting to define their future. Picture this for a moment. The Los Angeles Lakers, one of the biggest franchises in all of sports, could be on the verge of making yet another blockbuster move. And at the center of it all, Austin Reaves. Yes, the same Reaves who went from being undrafted to becoming a fan favorite in Los Angeles. A new trade idea has just been floated, and it could completely reshape not only the Lakers' future, but also the Dallas Mavericks. According to Bleacher Report's Zach Buckley, here's the framework of the deal. The Lakers would send Austin Reaves, along with a 2031 first-round pick, to Dallas. In return, The purple and gold would receive young center Derek Lively II and versatile forward Caleb Martin. On paper, it looks simple. But if you peel back the layers, there's much more to it than meets the eye. Let's break this down. Austin Reaves, now 27 years old, has been nothing short of impressive for the Lakers. Last season alone, he averaged just over 20 points per game, nearly 6 assists, and almost 5 rebounds, while shooting with incredible efficiency. 46% from the floor, 38% from deep, and close to 88% from the line. Those are not just good numbers. Those are borderline all-star numbers. And remember, this wasn't just empty stats. Reaves was the Lakers' third leading scorer, only behind Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Yes, you heard that right, Luka Doncic, who was traded to the Lakers this past February in exchange for Anthony Davis and Max Christie. A shocking deal that changed the entire NBA landscape. Pairing Doncic with LeBron instantly gave the Lakers one of the deadliest duos in basketball, and Reaves thrived as the perfect complementary piece. But here's the twist. Despite all that star power, the Lakers still fell short. In the 2025 playoffs, they were stunned in the first round by the Minnesota Timberwolves, losing in just 5 games. Even with home court advantage. Even with LeBron, Doncic, and Reaves. The series exposed weaknesses. Reaves fought through a painful toe injury, still managing to average over 16 points a game, but his shooting percentages dipped, and the Lakers simply didn't have enough to advance. Now, this is where the conversation begins. Reaves is under contract for the 2025-26 season at nearly $14 million, part of the 4-year, $53.8 million deal he signed in 2023. But looking ahead, he has a player option for the following year, worth almost $15 million. And all signs point to him declining that option so he can secure a bigger payday in the summer. That puts the Lakers in a tough spot. Do they commit big money to keep him long-term, or do they explore the possibility of trading him now, before his value shifts? This is exactly why Barkley's trade idea makes sense on some level. Derek Lively II has already shown flashes of becoming a defensive cornerstone in Dallas. He's young, athletic, and has great chemistry with Luka Doncic, chemistry the Lakers could now bring to Los Angeles, pairing Lively with Doncic once again. On top of that, Caleb Martin is a proven wing player, someone who has shined in big playoff moments. We've seen him step up under the bright lights, making timely shots and playing with grit. For the Lakers, adding both Lively and Martin could give them much-needed depth and balance. But here's the counter-argument. Austin Reaves isn't just numbers. He's become a fan favorite in LA, the kind of player who represents hard work, resilience, and grit. He went from undrafted to starting alongside legends like LeBron James. The Lakers have already turned down multiple trade offers for him in the past. Moving him now would be a bold, risky move, one that could upset the chemistry the team has been building. Meanwhile, let's not forget about Dallas. The Mavericks are coming off a huge disappointment. After reaching the NBA Finals in 2024, they failed to even make the playoffs last season. Nico Harrison, the team's general manager, already pulled the trigger on a franchise-altering trade when he sent Luka Doncic to Los Angeles earlier this year. Bringing in Reaves could be seen as the next step in reshaping their identity. Reaves would instantly become one of the focal points of the Mavericks offense, a guy who can create his own shot, make plays for others, and carry some of the load moving forward. So, let's put it all together. On one hand, the Lakers could lock themselves into a bigger financial commitment if they keep Reaves. On the other hand, they could move him now, gain a defensive anchor in Lively, and add a versatile, playoff-tested wing in Martin. It's the classic dilemma. Stick with the proven star, or gamble on balance and depth. At the end of the day, this isn't just about Reaves. This is about the Lakers' championship window. LeBron James is 40 years old, still defying father time, but let's be honest, his career is in its final chapters. Luka Doncic is in his prime, ready to win now. The Lakers can't afford to waste time. Every decision, every trade, every move has to be about maximizing the present while still building for the future. So here's the big question, Lakers fans. Should Los Angeles keep betting on Austin Reaves, rewarding his rise from undrafted underdog to star contributor? Or is it time to make a bold move, shake things up, and give LeBron and Luka Doncic the supporting cast they need to bring another championship back to LA? One thing is for sure, if this trade ever goes down, it won't just shake up the Lakers and Mavericks. It could send shockwaves across the entire NBA.